Hi everybody, welcome back to Sky Factory 4, episode 22, with me Sid, and I am digging out another section under the things. So, this down here, if I were to go here, that is the one we dug out of the thing, and there's our smelter, and, oh, hang on, I realised that, let me just go to storage, I would like to reset up our smeltery. I'd like several smelteries. I mean, this is a little bit small for it. So I thought, well, we've got over here, we've got this base under here, and this is actually quite because this is a double layer. There's lots of space to play with. And it's right next to the applied energistic section, so I can bring the wire through. That means I can take the wire up walls and block them in and do whatever I need to do, because, you know, I don't want to have to go over here, through here, and down here every time I want to access this crafting terminal. Now, I would like a wireless crafting terminal, that kind of goes without saying, but I could also take one of these and have another one of those up there. So that's where we're at. And I sat there and I thought, you know what? Incidentally, I've got another 2 modifiers on that, so I can add the two reinforced modifiers to that. Let me head back over and just see if I've got what I've got in the way of reinforced modifiers. I have one reinforcement. Have I got any cast? Don't think so, but that's fine. If I take a little bit of gold with me, we can remedy that, and if I take some obsidian with me, we can remedy that. I don't really need I'll take that much. Actually, no, I will take slightly more. That should be enough for what we want. And okay, yeah, pepper, not appa, pepper. Paper, we'll take that with us as well. Oh, of course, there's something I need to make first, though. So, I want to build a hammer. I want some cobble, because I'm going to need that for the cast. And but I actually want to do is get cobalt. And to get cobalt, we need to smelt this, which we can get from a variety of things, including cobalt amber. Now, you can do, interestingly enough, one thing that we can do is you can do those. Now, an acorn gives you 1, and that gives you 12. A block gives you 2 ingots. So if you were to sit there and have a look at the cobalt, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 12, 24. That's 48. So whilst you can smelt these individually, it's much better to smelt them as a block. However, I don't actually have a cobalt sapling yet. For that, we need pristine wither matter, we need ardite resin and glowstone. Now, pristine wither matter, we need a wither data model, and this is getting silly, shall we say. So it occurs to me that what I need to do is I need to kill some withers. I also need to make an ardite sapling. That we can make quite easily. I need a bit of pristine blaze matter. That's the only thing for that. So we need to go back into deep learning and the data models and get some stuff going. But I suppose in the first instance, what I could do is just make a bronze would work, wouldn't it? It'll be slow, but we take a couple of blocks of that with us. A bronze one will do for the time being. So first things first, we need to go back over to temp home, because certainly everything to do with this is over here. And I need to do 1, 2, get some of that in. Oh, I need to do another 1, 2 because we're going to need a blank cast. Oh, it doesn't actually have to be a blank cast, but we do need, what have we got in the way of patterns? I don't think I've got any of the tough bindings or anything yet, have I? So we're going to need to make a hammer pattern. Hammer. Where is the hammer? That is a hammerhead, yes. Hammerhead. We're almost certainly going to need a tough binding, and we are definitely going to need a large plate, which I have already got. Okay, fine. I don't think you can convert those back, can you, when they're done? Go away. Don't want you. We'll pretend it doesn't exist. It'll be fine. And then we need to make a hammer head pattern. So we're going to do that. Going to grab you. Going to pop you there and do that. And that. That uses 8. Let me stick a block of bronze in. That will be more than adequate for that. In the meantime, we can make a second one of these. 2 modifiers on that, so we should be good to take you to reinforce 4 and unbreakable. That's got no modifiers still. That's actually got 2 modifiers, but it's got no. I'm not worried too much about that right now. Sure, where are we? Bronze, 1 block. Head, cast it. That should leave us, I think, a whole inger's worth. Come on. It's not going to be the fastest hammer in the world, but at least it will do 3 at a time. You need to go in there, and you need to cast out that 1 ingot's worth of bronze. I shall pop that back over, along with, we'll take those out, and we shall pop that back over. Now, if I want to make a hammer, what do I need? 2 plates and a thing. Hoofer, a tough tool rod, wherever it's gone. Oh, so I didn't make the tough tool rod, did I? There you go. Boop. Right, now we can do a tough tool rod. We're going to make a paper tough tool rod, and then we're going to make a plate. I haven't got enough paper for another plate, and stick an obsidian plate on there. That will do. And what we should be able to do now, I believe, is take that, and that to give me a 5 modifier obsidian hammer. Now, it's got no durability. Its mining speed is fairly pathetic, but that doesn't really matter because I can go and put 10 of those in and make 5 things and make an unbreakable hammer, which I can then upgrade the head on to be cobalt. That will be a faster thing, and it's completely brand new, so it should level really quickly, which means I can start hammering redstone on it. So bonus all round, really. But first things first, I need to cast 5 of these and make the thing, so I'll be back in a second. And armed with 5 of those, we can go and get the modifier on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Unbreakable hammer. Excellent, exactly what I need for this particular job. So with that in mind, we can now head back over to home, jump down here, and yeah, I mean, this needs 4,500 experience to level. Say, not very fast. It doesn't really have to be. It's just faster than doing it with the pick. So that's got to be a good thing. Very dark down here. It's not the most interesting of tasks, but I didn't want to make. Oh, hello. We have a cave. Cool. Not really what I was expecting to find at this point, but there you go. Yeah, let me do this, and I shall be back in a mo. All right, and there you go. One big honking great room with nothing in it. So obviously, I'm not just making this for the good of my health. I am intending to make this for some good reasons. But first things first, let's just go and put some of that stuff away. Let me put you away into my tool bag. Now, occurs to me that we've got an infinite lava system here, which we could use. And at the moment I've just got, well, I should say, I had this making stone. I'd made it, so chucked 5 stacks of cobble at it, and it's done them in no time at all. However, to run 2 smelteries, well, actually 3 smelteries, but 2 effectively for what I want right now, we are going to need lava, and I would like to come up with a slightly different setup for our thing, and I would like a black hole tank, which I think we can almost make without having to really stress ourselves too far. I'm definitely going to want our fluid. Well, I want some of them. I thought I had a fluid pipe thing somewhere. Maybe I don't. I mean, we can make one. That's not a problem. Now, if you recall, I didn't use the fluid pipes, or the fluid extraction pipes, because they had an unpleasant habit of voiding the lava when the recipient was full. However, if the recipient is a black hole tank, then we don't have a problem. You know, it's just going to be bang, done and in. Now, the black hole tank is not, I'm going to not building the lava generator over here. I want the lava generator out of the way where the noise is less irritating. What is that, by the way? Fluid reader. Okay. And to do that, we are going to want a couple of ender tanks. We have got ender. We've definitely got ender things in this, haven't we? Yes, because I've got the ender pouch in my hand right there. So I need a couple of wool, 1, 2, and a couple of cauldrons. Okay, I need some iron first. Iron is not a problem. It's just the fact that at the moment I have it stored in block form. So you know, until we get our storage a little bit more solid, I don't want to be storing ingots. So we're going to take a couple of those, and then I need some yellow or poppy. I've got some poppies, and I need some dandelions. And we are going to need 1, 2, 3 of those, and 3 of those. That will make me a whole bunch of yellow, orange dye, and we can link that and that together. That can go like that. We'll pick you up like a suit, and then I need to think about what I want to do with the, let me get some cable for the time being. That should do. Okay, good. And from here what we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1. Then you should have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's 6, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So either of these will do. I am going to go for here, I think, just because we can. It's got a place to bring the cable through as I can think of. So up, and we'll just stick at that there. I'm not really that worried about the blocks. So that gives us a positioning on the other side of where I want to start my process. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you down to there. Yeah, that's how it kind of works. But we'll put the black hole unit here. Oh, we definitely need some lighting around the place. Temporary light, because actually we won't, because one of these is going on the top and is going to be set to that. So that should be all spawn proof. We will have a fluid storage bus on there, and just in case, we haven't got a fluid reader yet, so that's not desperate. And yeah, we need now to think about the lava gen, and I'm going to use our obsidian generator to make the lava generator, because I think we can possibly automate things a little bit cleaner using a few of the energy cable. Automated, oh yeah, they use that, don't they? Yeah, it's not a problem. We've got you. In fact, I don't really even need to have that. That's fine. So we'll grab you. We'll take you out of the equation. We shall, for the time being, block that up like that. That will come out of there. That will come out of there. And that was the generator that was powering that lot. So again, for the time being, that should be fine, shouldn't it? I think. Oops, hang on. How much you got? Yeah, you've still got life. Might as well run that now. I've done it. Bang. There you go. Lovely. We'll leave that like it is. So where am I going to stick this thing? You know what? I think we are as good back here as anywhere else. Now we know, well, I'm definitely going to need a power tap to bring that in, but that's not a problem. We know we're going to have our torch, and our torch is going to go into our cobblestone thingy, and our automated user is going to go like that. He is facing the right way, which is all nice. And the thing will go there, and that will start inputting up to the top there. Doesn't need a vast amount. You can have that for free. All good. And then what we will have is we'll have the fluid extraction cable here going into that. That can come back down like so. That can be blocked off like that, and that will be our power. Yeah, I just need one of them, a plug thing. Let me go and grab that. I'll be back in a second. All right, and then we just need to power this. Hang on a second, there's something not working quite right here. Or is it? Well, that just made... Oh, there, it's working. It was just hammering through faster than things. So there we've got our lava, 53 buckets, and it's infinite lava. It will last forever, and it's going to be great. So, armed with that, we can use fluid ducts to pull the lava out of there into 2 smelteries. And I've done 2 because there are certain things. So iron and nickel, for example, can't go in the same smeltery because you end up with invar. Copper and tin can't go in the same smeltery because you end up with bronze. Silver and gold can't go in because you end up with electrum. Obviously, ardite and cobalt can't go in the same one because you end up with manulin. So if I just want to automatically process blocks of ore, what we need to do is we need to get 2 smelteries, and I am going to have 3 smelteries, I think, but I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do the last one yet. I would like it to be accessible, so it needs to be somewhere. Yeah, somewhere being, somewhere. Anyway, let me go and rip out the smeltery, and I should be back in a moment. All right, I built oh damn it, I forgot to get I need 3 more of these bricks. I also need you to be here, like so. That's going to be lovely. And then we'll take all this lot out here, all the way around. This wall protrudes onto the outside, which is a slight downside, but nothing major. And that will come all the way down there, and I get trapped. And then, just for simplicity's sake, because it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world. Again, this is not a speed device. This is a device for piling in a whole load of materials and saying, make me that. And it will. And the world will be good, and it will be happy. We're going to need some hardened fluid ducts, and we're going to need to do the same over this side. I think I've probably got enough of those hoppers. I mean, I went with wooden hoppers. They don't have to be that fast, because they're all going to come back to here, and then that will feed back into the A system. That is the theory. And then those will just go on there, and again we'll just stick a little torch there for the time being, and the world is good and happy. So 3 bricks, and some hardened duct for the time being, and a whole load of servos. And again, the servos don't even need to be that fast, but I may try to go for slightly faster ones. I suppose we also do need to think about... let me get some brick for starters. Seared brick. Have we got... I don't know why I don't just put seared. I often make life difficult for myself. It won't be the first time. It certainly won't be the last time. And can I get a faucet, please? Because I may need one of those temporarily. Now, let me have a look at fluid duct. So fluid duct is that. Now this cannot cope with hot items. If we get the right one, hang on. Will break if it's extremely hot or cold. So can't do lava, presumably can't do molten metals. So we need a hardened fluid duct, which is going to be invar. Can we make an opaque hardened fluid duct? Yeah, invar and lead. Can I make some of that? I need to make some invar. Okay, well that's easy enough. We need iron. Take 2 blocks of iron and nickel. take a block of nickel. That will do the trick nicely. It was important to actually have these 2 smelteries. I will need a 3rd smeltery, but that's going to be one that I don't hide out of sight. So it was important to have both of these smelteries live. But this one is live because it's got the lava there, and we shall temporarily just stick a faucet there, and that will allow me to pour my invar. And then we're going to want servos. Could go with a hardened servo, I suppose. We should have enough to make those, but I need 9 hardened servos. So that's going to be a thing. Extraction rate 2 seconds. Fluids is 75% rate. Now, ideally we should really go with electrum, so we get 100%. And maybe we should actually. Let me have a look. How are you doing? Let me just go and get gold and silver. Let me get those going as well. I'm going to cook up those. We'll get those items out, and yeah, I'll do a couple of gold and a couple of silver. I don't think we're going to need that much that we're going to worry about it, and the world will be good and happy. Now, the 3rd furnace, as I've already kind of intimated, will be for, let me just stick those in. So that should start linking up. 3 blocks of invar. Okay, good. Let me start casting that. I'll get those. That'll give me electrum, and I'll be back in a second. Okay. Apart from the fact that I completely forgot about lead, so I'm actually missing at least one thing, we are getting closer to having it. Now, it is not actually the end of the world, because lead, as far as I'm aware, doesn't alloy with anything. It does alloy, but only with platinum and resonant ender. I'm not too worried about that one. I'm not going to accidentally make that in a furnace. So it could go into either one of these. And we have, of course, got space around that side and here and on that side. So not the end of the world. Now, ME fluid storage bus. Now, we can't really do much with that right now because we haven't got an ME terminal, fluid terminal at all. But that is not important. We have, however, got a hardened servo and a hardened fluid duct, and I've got that, and that will go automatically ignored. You should now be full, or as good as, yes, and then that is ignored, and 2 automatically filled furnaces. That's that. Now, over here we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to grab our wrench and we're going to take that out and that out and that out. And we are going to put a capacitor there, 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 and there. And we're not going to automatically put those on now. These are going to be on whitelist mode. And what we'll do over here is we're going to put down 4 of the 5. It's not actually a major problem because, I say, we haven't got cobalt and ardite yet. And again, we shall do those. However, this one, we'll pop you out temporarily. You can just go over there into that. We need, those are for later. We need to go and say, right, I've got this one, nickel. So I need to get a block of nickel, a block of tin, a block of cobalt, and a block of gold. But I haven't got cobalt, so it'll just be the 3. That's fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to melt them, and we are going to make a bucket of things. So I do need a table. I could do with, I don't know whether I've got the ingot cast. Excellent. Can I get, so what did I say? Nickel, block of tin, block of. Now a bucket should be 1,000 millibuckets should be what makes a bucket. A block is 1,000 and oddments, and yeah, more. So if we do those three together, and as I said, we can't do the two missing ones yet, but that is not a problem. We will be able to. And right now we need to place you on there, and that will go with a bucket, and we'll pop in there, and we'll do the gold to start off with. And once that is melted, in fact we can put all three in, it doesn't matter, they won't alloy, and if they do alloy then I'll have egg on my face, won't I? This will do its thing. So we can do the thing of tin. That will give us a bucket. I don't know what it's going to leave us with. 2 ingots and 8 millibuckets. Okay, that is fine, because what we shall do over here is we shall put you on whitelist. You will be tin. Does it have to be a molten tin? Oh, can you do this as fluid? Oh, hang on. Ignored. I mean, I suppose I can do that. It's not going to help me a great deal, but you know, I can do it. And can I get the remains of that? Probably not then. Damn it. Okay, doesn't matter. It's a sacrificial lamb anyway, so that is working. We could probably label these actually as well. Wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? Because that's tin. So once we've done tin, we can do, well, do gold, shall we? I'm going to go and get some signs, I think, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, so all things being equal now, I've moved these away. That gives me 2 more drain points, but and it also means that I don't have to use quite so much cable to get over here and around. And we can put our 2 ME export buses. That one can go onto there, that one can go onto there. This one is got currently only needs 4, but it's going to have, that gives it a capacity of 5 different export things. This one will also have a capacity of 5, and we shall, we'll set the filters on that before we actually do the work. So on this side we're going to have, let me get this right, we're going to have iron, copper, that was right, isn't it? I didn't put copper over there, nope. Silver, osmium, and ardite, once we've got it, which is why that one's not that important. I suppose we could actually get another, yeah, we don't even need to worry, we could just go straight out of there with another one of the servos, couldn't we? That would actually work, and we could just use another, yeah, that'll sort lead out, so I may actually go and get lead as well then. So I need to do exactly the same. I need to melt them up, get a bucket, and put them into the things, turn them on. I'll get lead on this one, and it linked in with a bit more stuff. And then we'll be back to hopefully link all of this together. Back in a sec. Alright, well, this is definitely working because this one is obviously draining the things out as and when I put them back in. I had a little moment of existential dread for a second there, that I'd done something wrong, and then maybe I should have been going with ingot molds. But I don't think I need to worry about it, because there should never be a point where there are the dregs of a metal in the system they should always be poured out into these. So I don't think I need to worry. And when I put that up, let me go out, let me out, go out. That hurt. I think I just leveled up my boots. Well, there's a technique for leveling up. Pour molten enderium, osmium on you. Now you see, what I was worried about was that when that's at the top, it doesn't flow. But you see, lead will never be in here because lead will be in the other one. So when I turn that round, bang, it's gone. And then all we need to do is get you, for the time being, pop you down there, pour out the lead. World is good and happy. So I need nickel, gold and tin, because I should have all of the other ones here. So let me go and grab some blocks. Sorry, the resins. Now I have made the resins for all of the items, not the resins, the amber. So that should, all things being equal, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's right, because I'm missing the all-important one, aren't I? That can go away, that can go away. I don't need you right now. We'll keep hold of you. I don't need you. That can go back in the toolbox. Let's go and have a look at the finishing pieces. I've no idea how long I've been recording. I'm sure it is coming up to time, if not slightly over time. And it doesn't really matter what we do here, because what we're going to do then is we are going to come down underneath here. We're going to bring our cable in this way. We're going to have a ME import bus there, and that will basically empty this slowly, but again, these shouldn't be that fast, so I really don't think we've got a big concern here. So that's empty. These are all set up. All that remains is for us to go right. So this one is iron, copper and silver, and eventually ardite. Iron, copper's iron, copper, silver and osmium, and then eventually ardite. And this one is gold, lead, tin and nickel, and eventually cobalt. And if we need more, we've got another expansion card to add more to it. And finally we go in here and we go 1 and 2. Now this thing should have nothing in it because there's none of these in the system, but if we look at, come in here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, I would expect to start seeing these turning up. And if we take those and pop those in there, I would expect to start seeing those turning up. Speed cards could be a thing we want, just to up the speed of the exports, but I don't know whether it's that urgent. Because eventually, you see, what we should see is that these should start. So there's a bit of lead, not a whole thing of lead, because it was only 2 ingots worth. And eventually 2 ingots, 2 ingots. So these should go through absolutely fine, and eventually they will fill up. They'll get a block, it'll solidify, it will be pulled back into here and go automatically back into our applied system. So I definitely think speed cards would be a benefit, because we are going to be putting quite large amounts of that stuff in. So let's have a look, clear that, get rid of you and you, keep hold of you. Acceleration cards, they are advanced, aren't they? Well, we can definitely do one, because I've got the advanced thing. I need more of those. So if I do calc Have I got... Yeah, make me one of those, please. Thank you. Off you go. Card. Advanced cards. 2 and acceleration cards. 1 and 2. What did I do here? Did I put more than one in or just... Crafting card? You have none in, actually. Interesting. I thought I'd put acceleration cards in somewhere. I must have been mistaken. Oops, wrong way. So let's go and just finish that bit off. If I were to go to you, you've got a capacity card. You may have, I see, I can put 3 acceleration cards in. I think 3 would be over the top. Let's just put 1 into each for the time being. And then what we shall do is we shall... I'm going to make some left. What have we got? Tin and gold. Let's just make... Wow. What on earth is pulling the power? Ooh, that is nasty. Something is going wrong with our power somewhere, I think. Okay. This is not good. Wireless charging enabled. That is really strange how that is an odd figure. Yeah, I've got no. Active, off. Let's start trying to turn some bits off, shall we? Off. Let's just fill it up and see what happens. I'll be back once this is full. Okay, the problem appeared to be that we were down to 2 lava generators running. Now this one here, for some reason, is keeping up, and I've got that set at 41. I'm going to take that down to 25. That seems to be sufficient for it to keep up, and I don't know why that was playing up like that. This one, again, what had happened is this one had run out of power, and consequently that was running out of power. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine as to exactly what happened there, but I do know that it's bloody noisy, so let us move away from there. We should have a reasonable amount coming in. If I turn that back on, we'll lose. Oh yeah, that explains an awful lot. Now what is actually, let me just turn that on. What is actually draining that power? We should be able to see. Well, I say we should be able to see. We should be able to see if we were, there's what one of those is pulling out thing, and I'm going to guess it's that one. Hang on. There should be a way to see that, I think. Is there not? Okay, well, we'll turn that back off temporarily. I need to go and figure out what the drain is. To do that, I'm going to need to label my points, so I will get that done and be back in a second. All right, well, we know what's causing that's your thing, that's a lava jet, we know it's that. It is the applied energetic system. There's no doubt in my mind that it is the applied energetic system. It is using 1.2 thousand RF per tick, or flux energy per tick, depending on what you want to call it. And we are not generating anywhere close to that. So I need to figure out what is causing that. I mean, we could, presumably we can turn off some of these. Those are not necessary. We have an awful lot of interfaces which are the storage buses which are necessary. This thing, something is draining that rapidly. I wish I could see what was going on in there. Do these things just constantly... Something here is constantly draining power. It could be this, but that's sleeping. Could be that. It could be anything. I just don't know what it is. That's the issue here. Okay. I need to think about an alternative, an additional power system, don't I? That is not going to hack it. I don't really want to pump lava from the nether, not when you can make it for next to nothing. I just think we need to look at improving that somehow. And I can turn things on and off, that's not a problem. I just really don't know the best solution to this. I mean, that's empty. These are all empty, which suggests to me that maybe they do need to be turned off. If I had a lever, then I could check, couldn't I? Have I got a lever anywhere? Stupid question, of course I don't. I do, however, have cobble. I just need some wood. Let's go and borrow a little bit. Although, to be fair, we could just go... Let's just go and turn the thing on for a second. Temporary home. Let's turn you back on. Boop, boop, boop. You've got 5,500. You should be alright for a while. Going down rapidly. Let's get to storage. Let's get some levers. See, that says it's got 0 RF. But there's no... That makes no sense, does it? That is online. There's no redstone control over any of this. That's full. Let's head back. We are currently actually going up. So it's when the battery drains, there's a massive drain on that, but our power drain is definitely, our power generation is definitely lower than our, is definitely borderline. So I think we need to concentrate on power. For the meantime, I could probably put some more of those things in. I do think I need to replan one or two of the items about them though, because if we, for example, if we look at these, they're actually keeping up, and I suppose that's not too bad, is it? It is keeping up this time around, so maybe we've got it. Maybe I just needed to, and that is now generating more power than this is using, so I'm assuming this one will start to do the same eventually. Yes, it is. Excellent. I could put 2 more in. No, we've got space here for 2 more. So I think that's probably what I'll do between episodes, just to pad us out, and then we'll continue on. But for the time being, we have made some progress, even if we have kind of gone, whoa, that was seriously a big lot of stuff. Now, what I wanted to do, just to test this before I went and found the entire thing was offline, was I wanted to do some tin resin. Bang, 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 and bang. Make me a stack, please. And let me do some lead resin. These are both fast melting metals, so we can do a stack of each. Let us now head over here and down here, and we should see, if I were to go and input both of these to the system, this should start hammering in lead reasonably quickly. That is then, lead is going to start pouring out. As you can see, we've got lead in the system. It is now getting tin as well, so any moment we're going to start seeing tin appear on the top of that. It isn't going to pump any tin out of the system until the lead's empty. That's the only downside to this. But it's virtually instant, you know. It's just have to wait for these to run, and then this one will top up, and eventually that will get to the point where there are, you know, a number of ingots and nuggets worth of lead in there. And I don't know where that one nugget has come from, I really don't, but it doesn't matter because it's in the system, and this will just do its own thing. And as they go through, they'll come into here. That chest is definitely overkill. Yeah, I think we're okay. So let me come back and try and get a little screenshot of that. There we go. Yeah, that's going up. It doesn't really matter. It's just a steady. Oh, it won't go up. Not while the I don't need the lava gen on right now, so we'll worry about that later. Okay, I need 2 more power stations, power engines, if you like. And once we've got that, we'll be back. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.